G'day people, in today's video I'm going to be ranking all my S.H.Monsterarts Godzilla figures from worst to best. I've got 11 in total, so I'm going to be going over the pros and cons of each figure and why they deserve to be in that spot. Alright, coming in dead last at number 11 is the S.H.Monsterarts Scar King. It's not a bad figure, but it's just a pain in the ass. Like, trying to pose this is not a fun experience at all, especially when I do stop motion, when I need it to be still and not fall apart. It's got really good posability, but it just falls apart way too much. And it's a bit of a pain in the ass to stand sometimes, but it seems like it's being pretty good. The whip is a good accessory. That's actually one really good thing about this figure. It comes with a lot, came with a beast glove and a bunch of extra hands and an extra head. But the whip is, it's actually a really good accessory to use, especially with style motion, because it holds its place because of the bendy wire. So that's a really good point of this figure. But just overall, it falls apart and he can barely hold the bloody whip. I mean, that's his whole, thing in the movie is the whip, so he can barely hold it. But yeah, overall, it's not amazing. It's definitely my least favorite, but it's actually not terrible like everyone says. So yeah, that's number 11. Next up, this might be a bit controversial, but I got the S.H.Monsterarts 2024 Kong. This one has a beast glove already attached from Scar King, but yeah, you're kind of seeing the main reason why now. It doesn't stand. Not sure about other copies, but mine does not like to stand at all, no matter what pose I put it in. The toes are just not properly suited, or the feet aren't properly suited to hold this much top heavy weight. The accessories are really cool, like this axe has a translucent end to it, so it's got really nice flare. Stop motion, it's also really bothering doing stop motion on this guy. He just falls over every 10 seconds. Posability is really good though, like easily one of the best S.H.Monsterarts when it comes to posability. But what's good with posability if you can't bloody stand? So yeah. And another gripe I have is, what is that? Is that Kong? Or is that Sasquatch? Who is that? Yeah, the head sculpts aren't great, especially the eyes. I reckon they just don't look very lifelike. The higher toys, Kong does look a lot better, so eventually I might grab that, but for now he does just fine. So he comes in number 10. Not terrible, but definitely not my favourite. Alright, at number 9 we got Jaguar, S.H.Monsterarts. Now, I actually really like this figure. I don't really have that many problems with it, other than its posability. Like, it's not terrible, but they could have done a lot better with this guy, I reckon, especially with the legs. The legs are apparently out of paint. It's scratching a lot. I'm sure you can see that. You can see it on that leg there. Get a light on it. The paint is scratching every time I move it. The stop motion. Yeah, I'm working on a couple films with him now. He's actually really good for stop motion, to be honest. He stands upright. It looks good. Looks like Jaguar from the movie. So it's not a bad figure. I just think it could have been a lot better, but not too bad. That's why he's at number 9. Yeah. Alright, for number 8 we got the S.H.Monsterarts Godzilla 2021 from Godzilla vs Kong. Now, this is my first S.H.Monsterart. Definitely love the blue, but why it's at number 8 is the tail. It's good, but it's a bit outdated. Doesn't really move a whole lot, and at the base it does fall off sometimes. And the head sculpt, it's a bit outdated now. There's better companies that do legendary Godzilla much nicer, much cleaner. The blue on the mouth is also a bit exaggerated, but overall I like it. It's a good figure. very poseable, and it served me well for many years before I got more S.H.Monsterarts. Alright, at number 7 we got the 70th anniversary 1954 repaint Godzilla. This came with a beam and a 70th anniversary stand and some fighter jets as well actually. This is at number 7 because I actually reckon this is a really good figure, but it's a bit basic, you know, just Godzilla really from the first movie. You know, not a whole lot's going on. That happens a lot, so that's pretty annoying, but it's a really good sculpt, really nice paint. The articulation's a bit limited, but overall it's really good. It's great for stop motion too because it holds its pose really nicely. The tail is also nice and sturdy. You get some pretty fluid and natural movements with it, unlike the previous figure. Yeah, it's very good. Good figure. I like it, but there's better figures coming up. Alright, number 6 we got the S.H.Monsterarts Monster X. This is from 2022, I believe. Now this is actually like one of my favorite monsters, if not my favorite monster. I think it's Monster X, Destroyer, and maybe Space Godzilla or Gigan. But yeah, this guy, he's really awesome, looks great. The sculpt is amazing. Articulation is actually really good too. You can get some crazy poses out of this guy. That definitely helps because it's a humanoid form. But yeah, this guy's great. The only gripe I have of it is, see that there's a rubber material that's starting to split, or has split, and that just makes this head here really loose and annoying to handle. And speaking of loose parts, this arm is very loose. It actually used to be really stiff, and I added some oil to it, and now it's become very loose. So that was kind of my fault, but at least this arm turned out good, and that also happens. But I'm a little biased just because it's Monster X. It's awesome. Let's be real. Great design, great figure. Didn't come with anything other than a different pair of hands, but still a really good figure. Alright, next up at number 5 is Space Godzilla. Now this is the Decisive Battle version. Don't ask me what the bloody city name was, I cannot remember. But this is a really good figure. It came with quite a lot. It came with some electricity effect parts, and it came with some interchangeable crystals that are actually destroyed. So you just pop it off and then pop the destroyed ones back on. And yeah, it's a really cool feature. I use it a lot in stop motions. Right now I'm using this guy in my new Supernova stop motion series, but that's what this one gripe. The head pops off way too easily. Not sure someone can make a fix for that though. But articulation, it's somewhat limited because it is an old sculpt. I think the first sculpt came out in like 2013 or 2014, I believe. So yeah, it's an old sculpt, slightly updated to have better ab crunch, but it's not very good at the moment. I mean, amazing sculpt. And Space Godzilla never really did that much crazy poses in the movie anyway, because it's a very bulky design, and that's what I like. It's a Godzilla doppelganger, and he looks like, so that's number 5. Alright, number 4 we got the S.H.Monsterarts 30th anniversary Burning Godzilla. This came out this year, not too long ago, a couple months ago, and this is just an amazing figure. It looks good, has a gold shine on all the burning patches. See if I can focus on that. Yeah, you can see that pretty good on camera. Looks great, it moves great. It's got some nice articulation. Again, because it is an old sculpt, it is a bit limited, but it's also limited because it's a Heisei design, very bulky. The tail Yeah, the tail's not great when it comes to articulation, but looks really good. Really awesome sculpt. But yeah, the articulation kind of sucks, to be honest, but doesn't really matter. Yeah, it's really good. This came with a beam effect. Because I, do stop motion, I don't usually use the beam effects, so it's added in post, but it's always good to have a cool accessory to go with them. Yeah, this is great. Love it. At number 3, we got the S.H.Monsterarts Godzilla Evolved from 2024. Now this guy is really good. I use this the most out of all my Godzilla figures in stop motions, mainly because it's popular, but it's a really good figure. It moves very well. The design looks great. I think some people say the head sculpt isn't very accurate, but it looks pretty accurate to me. Could be a bit more spiky, but yeah, I think it looks good. It moves very good. Like, this tail is very fluid. You get some great poses out of this, but it does pop off sometimes. Not a lot though, only when you're doing enough of it. The tip definitely pops off. It's just got a very small ball joint, but if you're careful with it, then it's great. Another gripe I have is the head pops off sometimes, but all you really got to do is just pop it back in a bit harder and it stays on pretty well. But the sculpt, the detail, it's unmatched, I reckon. The higher one does look good, but the paint kind of sucks on that, so I won't be picking that up. But yeah, this is a great figure. I use it a lot. And the spikes are translucent as well, so that's also just a giant bonus. At number 2, this may come to a surprise to some people, but I got the S.H.Monsterarts Godzilla Final Wars. I believe this is also 2022. Yep. I am completely biased on this one. Godzilla Final Wars is my favourite Godzilla movie. It was my first Godzilla movie. I love the design. It's a nice, slick, slim Godzilla design with a fierce face, although it doesn't really do that much justice unless you get some good lighting, but the articulation is easily the best in all of S.H.Monsterarts, I reckon. It moves well, it doesn't fall apart very often, at least my copy does. I know heaps of people's copies fall apart like butter, but the tail, you get some crazy poses with this tail. I mean, look at that, you literally can get multiple curves. Some parts do fall apart, like this leg likes to fall apart, like that. But again, with stop motion, you're careful pretty much all the time, so it barely falls apart on me. Just great posability on this guy. Sculpt is really good. I think definitely the face could have been better, definitely, but with some angles and poses it looks really good. And with stop motion, it's all about lighting and composition anyway, so you can make them look bloody good with some good lighting. So yeah, number 2. Going off from number 2, obviously I would have put Gigan at number 1. He is just the most badass figure character ever, other than Monster X, I reckon. But really awesome figure. It's got heaps of accessories. This is the Decisive Battle version, so it came with the grappling hooks, the beam, the chainsaw, and all the modified Gigan attachments. Fairly expensive, but this is so cool. Posability is slightly limited, but I reckon it's still pretty bloody good for something like this. It has die-cast metal toes, great posability, and the sculpt is just amazing. And pretty much everything moves. The chainsaw, that moves, that's just so cool. This doesn't move, but yeah. Honestly, all I can say about this guy is he's just cool. So, that's my number one. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to see more content like this, make sure to like, subscribe, and if this reaches 100 likes, I'll rank all my Hire toys and Bandai Godzilla figures. So if you want to see that, stay tuned, share, and I'll see you next time.